Good morning,
Okay.
ma'am. How are
Good
you?
morning. I'm
Welcome.
good. How are you?
Uh, so far, so good. Um, is that the child?
Oh, yeah, one of them.
I can't have them in, they shouldn't be in court because
Sorry.
technically we're in court. That's okay. If you don't mind, see if we can.
Come on. Is it okay if I call my neighbor really quick and see if she'll
Well,
take
I'll tell
them?
you what, just keep her off camera, okay?
Okay. Okay. I tried to put them
All
in
right.
the room, but then they were
Yeah,
crying.
yeah, I understood.
Sorry.
No, don't apologize. Taking care of children is what this court should be grateful for, and I am. So, in any event, let's go in the matter of Krupp versus Bryce, case number 24-02619DS. As to joint legal, I mean, sole legal and sole physical custody, you've already been granted that, but you just need an order that says it's more specifically, because the
Yep.
prosecutor's orders are not as specific as they should be. So I'm going to grant you your motion to have sole legal and sole physical custody.
Thank you.
Now the question is, how involved has he ever been?
Um, After Luca, the youngest one, was born, um, well, actually, since Leilani, the firstborn, he stopped coming around when she was 5 months when I broke up with him because he said if we're not together, that's not his daughter. Um,
Is it his daughter biologically?
yeah,
Okay.
but he has a thing against white people now, I guess, and she's
Okay.
half
Well,
white, so he disowned her.
all right. Well,
Um,
wait. Okay, because that's the only child. No, we've got two children in this case,
yeah.
Leilani and Luca. All
And
right.
then once
And
Luca was born, he said
Luke,
he,
well, hold on. I just asked, if he's been involved. The reason that I'm asking is because he's not here. This matter was set for hearing at 9:30. It's now 9:58. Because one of your requests is because of the underlying illness that the child is suffering from, which is genetic based, correct?
yes.
And you're requesting that he assist by giving a DNA sample.
Yeah,
Okay.
but
That
I
I was
know,
asking how involved he was because
oh,
how easy is it for us how easy is it for us going to be to order something like that? Because I'm gonna have to grant a hearing on the DNA. I can't just
it
grant
will
that at a motion.
it
Not
will not be easy, but
right.
since I sent it out a week after I sent the court paper out to him, he didn't
Yes.
confirm that he got it, but since I sent it out, they called and said they did receive his sample.
Oh, good.
So
Good. Okay.
yeah, but
Don't
it
that
took
hoop
three
does
months of begging. It took
well,
doing this
I,
for
I
him
was
to
trying to
actually.
figure out how legally I could jump through that hoop. I would need a hearing where he would have to request, where he, because this isn't about DNA to prove that this child is his. This is about DNA to show what
Yeah,
genetic markers he may have for the illness for this child. Is the prognosis for Lucas good or?
he's gotten a lot better since he's been in therapies, all of them since he was 6 months old,
Right.
and he got his G-tube placed September last year, and then he was hospitalized like 2 months later for failure to thrive.
Okay. So he's doing
And then he got,
better. He's starting to do a little bit better.
yeah, he's starting
Yeah.
to get
Okay.
better.
Well, I'm glad that the DNA was given. That way it could assist this child in finding out what the better treatment availabilities will be.
Thank
But
you.
because I note that when you need a specific order for the actual sole legal and sole physical custody you already have, that I'm going to grant that so that the hospital has an easier time helping you make decisions. And
Thank
it's
you.
it's them that's indicating they need this. So, and I want to get this child treated as quickly and readily and easily as possible. Let's make this order more succinct. Alrighty.
Thank you so much.
Take care. Have a good morning. Good luck. Take
Thank
care of the
you.
children. Alrighty,
Thank
bye.
you so much. You too. Bye.
Motion granted. Mr. Jarnigan, this is your motion, but my problem is this. This case was filed in 2021,
Yes.
correct? All right. There was a temporary order issued. The front of the court was ordered to do an evaluation. That evaluation, parties did not cooperate, and they terminated their evaluation. This case is dead. There was no final order. A final order is supposed to be entered into these cases after 238 days. We give a few months leeway, but not a few years. This case is dismissed. You have to file a new case if you want one.
I thought that's what I did when I went down and filed. Maybe they
Nope.
did.
No, you need to file a new case. And I'm going to put an order in here to make sure that this case is noted to be dismissed. Okay.
Yeah. That again, that's probably was a
No,
misunderstanding.
that's okay. I didn't notice it till I was looking at the file more closely.
All right.
And I'm like, there were only 4 events. The motion for the temporary order, and then motion for parenting time now. And it's like, there's no final order in this case at all. Somehow it's been floating out there for a few years, but it really is a dead case.
Okay.
I think the front of the court order might have mucked it up a little bit because their
Yeah.
order indicated that it was a final order of the court, and it
Right.
was a final order that said nothing.
Right. Yeah. I think that's what happened. Yeah.
Yeah. So this case is dismissed. You have to start a new case now. Mr.
Uh,
Curcio, any questions? I read your response, and after I
Yeah,
looked at
I
it, I'm
know.
like, this is unusual. I don't think I've ever seen a case like this. Normally they
Yeah,
actually put in dismissal paperwork within a year.
our position this morning was really just if the court was going to construe that order as a final order, then we'd have to do some jump through some procedural hoops this morning. But I think
Yeah.
dismissal was appropriate.
Yeah. Technically, I think it's been dismissed. It's just been hanging out there and nobody put in an official order because nobody noticed. So we'll get that official order in, and then that you can refile a case, sir. All right. Or
Thank you, Your
ma'am,
Honor.
Ms. Parker, you may
Yeah.
file a case as well. It's up to either one of you.
Yeah, I'll get with my lawyer after this.
Yeah. Mr. Curcio, you filed an answer. Thank you. Mr. Jarnigan, thank you. I'm sorry I couldn't help you, but there's nothing I can do about it.
Thank
All right.
you.
Take care.
You too. Thank you.
I think that happened about the same time we were flipping judges because of elections. So I think that it fell through the cracks because normally the judge would have had to explain to the Supreme Court why that case lasted over a year, because they have to explain them if they're not closed. So again, slipped through more than one crack. All right. We're here in the matter of Martez versus Hawkins, case number 25-00208DS. Sir, this is your motion. What do you care to add to it?
What do you mean by that?
That's okay. Ma'am, you received the motion, correct?
I did.
And any response? Because I didn't get a response from you.
I did submit a response at the
Okay.
county clerk office.
Oh. I'm afraid the court didn't receive it, but that's okay. So that I can explain this to you, there is no parenting time that's ordered in this other than by agreement of the parties.
Okay.
As there is no specific parenting time, either party may request a specific parenting time schedule at any time if there isn't one. So it's kind of an automatic. I will be sending this to the front of the court for a parenting time review. Your response will be forwarded to the front of the court. So will your motion, Mr. Hawkins, so they have some idea of kind of where to start. After that, they're going to meet with both of you. What you're really going to need to have available is your schedules. So your work schedules, your schedules for what if you have any sports or anything. I've had people that are in bands that have band practice on certain nights. So they need to know when you're available, basically. And they need to know when what the child schedule is, so that they know when the child is available. The child has the right to know both of you. So as long as it can be done safely, we are going to be getting parenting time going. But the two of you need to sit down because I don't know what your schedules are. I don't know what the child's schedule is. So you're going to sit down with the front of the court and they're going to make a recommendation. The judge waived the fees in this case, so I will send it to the front of the court, who will be contacting you in the next couple of weeks to sit down with you and discuss this more in depth. An hour
Okay.
can take an hour to 3 hours. It depends on how long, what the issues are. All right.
Right.
So be
So-
prepared to come to the table and maybe offer some solutions about this. Okay.
So the determination of parenting time will be discussed with friends of court as
Right.
opposed to this hearing here.
Well, again, I don't know what your work schedules are. Am I going to give him an evening and I find out he works second shift? That doesn't help.
Right.
So I don't know when either of you are available. That's the problem. A lot of people come in and they ask for these things and they give me well, you gave me more than 3 sentences, but I have a few that just come in but it's basically there is no parenting time. The parties can't seem to agree to parenting time. That's kind of an automatic. If there was already parenting time ordered, we would have a different discussion. But somebody needs to sit down with you and spend that time. You don't want me making a decision in 5 minutes for when I don't know anything about the child or either one of you. Nothing like that is in the file. Okay. All righty. And the fees are waived. Mr. Hawkins, any questions?
No, sir.
Okay, so they'll be contacting you shortly. Good luck. Take care.
Thank you.
So,
We are here in the matter of Lavercombe versus Cop, case number 19-03869DS. Unusual situation, but we've had it before. That one of your jobs is, because they tend not to issue income withholding orders to every job. They try to hit it with the main one, but sometimes because your child support is based on the several jobs that you do, the main job was sometimes not going to be enough. They do have something that you can do, Mr. Cop. One is we're going to keep, I think the easiest thing to do is what I found over time is to leave the income withholding order, and any shortages you may pay. And I do have a email address for you to utilize. Let me find it. I've got to get on another screen. I'm sorry.
You're right.
Because I had the front of the court contact me because I said procedurally, what's the easiest way to do this kind of stuff? Because I wanted to make it easy for you. So
Right. Yeah. And I was looking online too for
Yeah.
a coupon for paying.
right, and that's what they can set up
Directly.
for. That's what they can set up for you because you want it to go through the front of the court so you get credit for it. You can't do direct pay to Miss Lavercombe.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah, when I asked them,
otherwise
then
it's
they
not
said
registered. Yeah,
They said
Yeah.
I file a motion to
Yeah.
get that instated.
right. Yeah, you can also click on the, and I'm going to grant that that you can click on the IT service desk at kentcountymi.gov. And that's the front of the court place that will help you set up a ticket to then arrange for those payments.
Okay. And what was that again? I'm sorry.
IT service desk
Okay.
at kentcountymi.gov. So I tried to find, it's been so long since I practiced. I was a divorce attorney for 10 years and I would have known something like this because I would have dealt with it directly with my clients. But I've been doing this job so long. I'm like, so what's the newest procedure?
Yeah, absolutely.
And I need to, and I don't, I'm getting old. I don't always remember when the rubber meets the road. I just order the rubber.
Right.
You
Yeah.
guys connect it to the road.
Yeah.
Okay. So they said that should be the easiest way.
Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, so as far as the withholding on just one, and because some of the
Yeah.
jobs I have, like I only work
Right.
in December or
Right.
in
And it may be that you
3
have to,
days a month.
it may be that the income withholding orders are not going to work for you at all. Like I said, I noticed you have several jobs and they kind of, this one's during this season, that one's during
Yeah.
that season. And so a lot of those income withholding orders may become moot. But yeah, the best thing I could do is say they're going to try and do the income withholding order and then just keep up with it and set up that ability to get a ticket to pay the remainder.
Okay.
Or all of it if necessary.
Yeah.
By the way, if there's an overpayment within 48 hours, they will send you a refund.
Yeah, that's what I want to try and avoid is because
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, because otherwise we got checks crossing back and forth.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not allowed to hold on to money that's not owed.
Understood.
So yeah, we're hitting that time of the year that everybody got their tax refunds confiscated, and then if they paid it up in the interim, the front of the court will be reissuing those checks back to them. So the transfer of money right now just, I think they did $80 million worth of stuff in Kent County last year. So
Wow.
we do thousands of cases. So it's amazing that, I always get amazed when one screws up and you're like, only one. Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, I just want to make sure it's right in the books, and
That's all we try to do. That's
Yeah.
what I found out for you is that's where the rubber meets the road. Contact that. All right.
All right, IT service desk
Yep.
at kentcounty.mi.gov. Okay.
Yes. Take care, sir. Have a good morning. Good luck, everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here.
Thank
Carly, any
you.
questions? Yeah. Okay.
No, I'm just
all right.
going along for the ride.
No problem. Well, that's all I'm doing. I go along for the ride and try to get people through this stuff. So I just get the
Yeah,
enjoyment of
yeah.
hearing people's stories. So
Well, appreciate you, and
appreciate you. You take care. Have a
Thank
good
you so
morning,
much.
ladies and gentlemen. Take care. All right.
You-
Next, we are here in the matter of Lewis versus Dukes, case number 20-09073DP. This is Mr. Dukes. This is your motion. It appears that there is no court-ordered parenting time. It is by agreement of the parties, and there doesn't seem to be an ability to agree at this time. Does that pretty much sum it up?
Yes.
Okay. Miss Lewis, I did not receive a response from you. Is there anything you'd like to say?
No.
Okay. All righty. At this point in time, either party has the right to ask at any time for specific parenting time when there is none. The idea is that, you want specific because then the child knows when the child is going to be going certain places, doing certain things with certain people. So that the child gets on a schedule and so do both of you. You know then when things are going to happen up front so that way you can make plans. Right now, there is nothing like that. So the law indicates that I need to get you some specific parenting time. So I'm going to send this to the front of the court. I've reviewed both of your incomes, and I know state aid is involved here, so the fees will be waived on this. So I will send it to the front of the court for a parenting time review. Any
Oh.
questions? What they're going to do is they're going to meet with you. What you guys need to sit down with is they're going to need to know when the child's available. So what is the child's schedule? They're going to need to know when your work schedules are so they know when you're available. Okay.
Yes, we already had this in place. I think now he's just taking it to court to get it court
Oh,
ordered. But we
oh,
already
okay.
had this in place
Oh,
a
if you
long
got it,
time for now.
yeah, if you
now.
have an agreement in that you want to put in writing, you can make it
No.
into a court order.
Clearly, that's what this is. I'm
Okay.
gonna guess from his end.
We don't
Right.
have anything.
All right. In
in
that
writing.
case, I'm going to send this to the front of the court. Again, have your current schedules available so that they know when the child and you are both available at the same time. Okay.
Okay,
All righty. Take care of yourselves. Good luck.
thank you.
All righty. Have a good morning.
You too. Bye bye.